What's up, y'all? We are back. Gargoyles episode 9. Enter McBeth. Uh, Now, I do not have any real history with William Shakespeare's works besides Romeo and Juliet in high school.
Which is weird because I read Macbeth in high school.
None of my English teachers bothered to have us read anything else other than Romeo and Juliet. It was just freshman year, and that's it.
Hmm.
Uh, but it brings up a lot of interesting questions about the Gargoyles universe and William Shakespeare's works, because we have I am assuming the actual Shakespearean character Macbeth in this episode as the main antagonist, and he has some weird connection to Demona, but he uh, goes to Xanatos and is like, I can get rid of the gargoyles for you, basically. Uh, and so he beats the shit out of all of them, first of all, but he captures Lexington, Brooklyn, and Bronx. And during this, Elise is trying to explain to Goliath that they cannot stay at the castle any longer because it's simply too dangerous for them. And of course, Goliath. This is the first. I mean, it's not the first time it's been brought up, but it's the first time Goliath has really been so adamantly stubborn about it. I mean, he's been like, no, this is our home in the past couple of episodes, but this episode really kind of showcased how determined he was to just stay here at this castle, because he really does put it well. He's like, we've lost our clan, we've lost our time, we've lost everything. This castle is like the only thing that we have left, and we will protect it forever. And Liz is like, can't stay here. Like, it is not safe. Uh, so he leaves her with Broadway and Hudson while he goes after Macbeth to save Lexington, Bronx, and uh,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Sorry.
Blanking.
Yeah, mine is blanking. It's 12:40 on a Friday. What do you expect from me? Uh, Things I really liked about this episode. One, Macbeth. Macbeth is a really, really badass character because he just takes on all the gargoyles single-handedly and kicks all their asses. Uh, he's got like all these like high-tech lasers and bullshit, like a net gun. Like I'm not quite even sure how those work, but like how you would even get that to work in real life unless you have like the big nozzle that like shot out like this huge ass net, but it's like little bullet size hole in the gun, and he's just like, and, it's like, and I'm like, how do you do that, sir? Uh, what else was there? Owen was surprisingly badass this episode. Xanatos' little stooge Owen was incredibly badass as the gargoyles come in to take the Grimorum, the magic book, whatever, and Owen's all like, no. He like takes off his glasses and he proceeds to throw down with Hudson. And he gets his ass kicked, but it was pretty awesome to see him like try to take on the gargoyles. Cause what? He like kicked Hudson's legs off one, and then what? Didn't he like flip Broadway or something?
Yeah.
And then like he got stopped by all three of them. Like at least like got him with her crutches because at least on crutches now. Because apparently when you get shot, like in your kidneys, you can't walk.
You can't like.
Oh.
They're away. I mean, you've been bedridden for some time, so you're you're a little weak and stuff. You did lose blood and everything, so though they put the blood back in and everything, yeah.
You have the blood off the ground. We'll put it back into her. We'll clean it first. Get all the dirt and shit out of it.
Plus, you don't know the angle of the bullet. I mean, it could have hit something that.
They said it bounced off her collarbone.
Okay, whatever.
This like that does not sound.
The way where the blood was pooling and everything, that does not sound like it would have bounced off. I mean, it would have had to gone like up at an angle through her earlong and off her collar, and so it's like.
It said it like ricocheted around her body, and like we had to like. They said the doctor said he had to take it out of her spine.
Okay, well then there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, If it isn't, it's fine. So yeah.
But you know what this means though? Broadway's one hell of a shot. And why didn't we touch on this in the last episode? Damn it! Oh well, we were that invested. We just didn't think about it. Yeah. Yeah. So Owen was surprisingly badass. McBeth was rightfully badass. I liked the connection between him and Demona. He's all like, I need to speak. He's like, fuck, I'm trying to do the accent. He's all like, if I have you here, your queen will come. I love Macbeth's accent, by the way. It's like, I'm not sure what exactly it is. It doesn't sound Scottish like everyone else's from that time, but it doesn't sound entirely. Like, Macbeth is set in England, isn't it? Where's it set?
Scotland.
He doesn't. His accent doesn't sound like entirely Scottish. It sounds like Scottish, like English too. And I know.
You're thinking of Hamlet. Hamlet, I believe, was set in England.
Like I said, I don't know my Shakespearean plays very well. Yeah. So in future episodes, it will be interesting to see how Macbeth's relationship with Demona goes. This episode also saw the return of Xanatos coming back home, and the Gargoyles finding a new place to live. They live now in the big clock tower, New York. But Gladys is all
Lisa's precinct.
Yeah, but Gladys is all he pulls the whole turn and he's like, "We'll be back." But yeah, like, what did you like about this episode, Lizzie? Because there's a lot to like about this episode.
There is a lot to like about it. So I mean, you just can't choose one fact to really like about the episode and stuff. And like you said, Macbeth will be back and stuff. There is a huge story between Macbeth and Demona and everything that they on in later years.
Shit ever.
It's pretty much like the Awakening. Several parts.
It's like a 7-part episode, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I know it's several episodes.
Mhm.
But I don't think it goes as far as 7 parts.
It's like 7 or 5 episodes long.
I can't remember.
I remember watching this and I'm like, holy shit, this is like a real long multi-parter. What else? I kind of like how stubborn Goliath was.
He's always stubborn.
But like this episode, like really showed how like super stubborn he was about this issue of leaving the castle. Because he's like, this shit ain't happening. We're staying here. This is our home. We have nowhere else to go. And Lisa's all like, well, you can't. You got to go somewhere else because Xanatos might just come back here with a sledgehammer and decide to kill all y'all in the noonday sun. So, what the fuck are you gonna do? I can't protect you all the time.
Yeah. Especially when she gets back.
Yeah.
Work.
I mean, I guess theoretically she could protect him all the time, but she'd have to take a lot of days off work.
Yeah.
She'd be like, Mazza, why the fuck aren't you here? Oh,
I'm protecting stone specialists.
Yeah. What did you say? Oh, I mean, I'm
not feeling well.
Yeah, you look fine. It's one of those rare diseases, you know. It doesn't show any symptoms, but you feel it on the inside, you know.
Well, maybe you're healthy in the neck.
You're terminal. Yeah. Don't touch me. Just get the fuck away from me. I might bleed all over you at any minute.
But of course, we'll bring up the fact like, why are you a police officer? Yeah. And you're just screwed.
Yeah. So yeah, theoretically she could protect him at every hour of the day, but she has a job, so she can't.
She doesn't have a life.
Yeah, and she has a life. Let's see. What else is there? I like how Macbeth was like trying to use the Gargoyles to lure Demona, and then Goliath saw like, that bitch ain't gonna help us. She hates us, and he's all like, what the fuck?
And the way he says it, he does it with that really like, just like, almost evil laugh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, he's pretty the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you want to go like, oh, perhaps Macbeth is a good guy.
Yeah. Let's see. There's nothing really not to like in this episode.
No.
As there is, well, a couple of episodes had their own kind of things, kind of the wrong way, but not this episode. Macbeth is a fascinating character on his own, though. Like, I want to know, like, and I do know, but I want to know again the history between him and Demona, and and how they have survived for 1,000 years. Well, McBeth is a lot younger than Demona, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, like, gargoyles don't age the way humans do and stuff.
No, it's shown in that part of the well. Okay.
Demona, yeah, like I said, gargoyles.
She
ages, but gargoyles don't age that like we humans do.
Yeah.
And stuff. And everything, so it's...
But he's a lot younger than she is. Like he's not over 1,000 years old. She is, but he's not. I will be interested because, like I said, I've never seen McBeth. I want to see how it plays out here. And my big question for the series is, since it seems to be incorporating and it does incorporate.
We have to look back.
Huh?
We have to look back at the time period.
Yeah.
The gargoyles, all the gargoyle shit happens.
We'll look at the timeline. Some fan on the internet out there has dedicated themselves to just making a timeline of everything that happens in the Gargoyles universe. Right up to Brooklyn picking his nose. There's some fan out there who does that. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how, my main question is, how do the Shakespearean plays, tie into the Gargoyles universe because how did Shakespeare write his plays that if all of his characters are presumably real? Because Macbeth is real, and we established in my favorite episode that who is real, then who else is out there, Could we maybe have Hamlet, possibly Romeo and Juliet, although we kind of explained that out with Goliath and Elisa. But, well, not really. But,
not really.
But
the guys at least are more like giving the...
Oh God! Also, that reminds me, Disney had its most shameless plug-in ever.
Talk about that episode.
Huh?
Talk about that episode later.
No, this episode, when they show Hudson's watching Quack Pack in this episode, that old Disney cartoon where it was Huey, Dewey, and Louie as teenagers, once again back into the care of Uncle Donald. And I'm like, wow, Disney, you are shameless. Then again, they plugged in the Lion King in an earlier episode, so we all know the depths to which Disney will sink.
To remind you, this is a Disney show.
That's true. But I mean, but in other Disney shows, they don't reference themselves, at least not that often. There was that whole Goof Troop thing where Goofy's like, I'm off on a trip, in a Goof Mover, we're going I'm on a trip with my best pal. Who, Donald Duck? Is there anything else? This video is a lot longer than the other one because there's a lot more to talk about. I think the ownership of the castle is the most interesting fact because it is symbolic of the Gargoyles, legally it belongs to Xanatos.
Yeah.
And even he said, I love how Xanatos kind of approaches this entire scenario because Owen's it'll be easy enough to destroy the room today, and Xanatos is but that be such a waste. He has further plans to Gargoyles. Then when he sees the footage of Macbeth, a new player does it again. I'm like, okay, Xanatos, so you're playing some kind of game here,
I think he's literally playing just one big giant game of chess.
There is a trope. There was a trope called Xanatos Speed Chess. So it's easy. It's pretty much true that he's playing some kind of game here. In fact, Lizzie and I are just kind of assuming now that anything that happens in any of an episode, Xanatos is behind it. Somehow. You don't know it, and you will never know how, but Xanatos is always going to be behind everything that happens. Everything. A fart in the wind, yeah, that was Xanatos. He plotted it. I think that's about it, though.
Yeah.
For this episode, we will do one more episode today, and then I shall see y'all probably next Monday with 3 more episodes. I'll probably see y'all later on today when I do another vlog of something else not related to gargoyles. So see y'all later.